Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name's Chris. I'm a videographer, photographer, and YouTuber. I make all sorts of videos from product reviews to demos to how-tos to just me sat here talking to you guys about my experiences. If you think you'd be interested in that long term, then please hit that subscribe button. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Sarmonic Blink 500 dual channel wireless microphone system. I'm going to be telling you the things I like about it, the things I don't like about it, and I'm also going to be comparing it to its main competitor, which is the Rode Wireless Go. Now the Rode Wireless Go retails at £155, but all you get in the box is the transmitter, the receiver, a 3.5mm jack lead, two USB-C cables, and some little covers for the microphone. So with the Sarmonic Blink 500, you get two transmitters, one receiver, and you also get two lavalier microphones, which is quite a big deal because the Rode Wireless Go comes with none. So you'd have to buy those extra and they can be quite expensive. You also get the same kind of things you get with the Rode Wireless Go. You get two USB-C cables, you get one 3.5mm jack lead, and you also get a jack lead that allows you to plug this straight into your smartphone. The real benefit I can see with the Sarmonic Blink 500 over the Rode Wireless Go is if you're, say, at a trade show and you're interviewing two people at the same time, you can mic them both up and they go to one transmitter and they go straight into camera. The other really cool benefit that I've thought of was if you're interviewing quite a lot of people in a row, you could be miking up the second person whilst you're filming the first person, and you can just constantly be hot swapping the microphones, turning them on and off. One feature I really would have liked to have seen is being able to split these two transmitters so that one is your left channel and one is your right channel. At the moment they merge down, they kind of flatten, so by the time they get to your camera, your left and your right channel are exactly the same regardless of what is happening on each individual microphone. If they'd have split that up, you would have had much more control when you're doing an interview with two people. Let's get to the unboxing so you can see exactly what you get in the box. So straight off the bat, I think the packaging is actually really professional. It doesn't look any worse than any other microphone packaging that I've looked at. It tells you all the features and spec list on the back and tells you what's included. So this just slides out of here and then we're greeted with another very nice cardboard box. We open up and it's got little magnets in the box so you can keep your microphones nice and safe if you were going to keep them in the box, not that I ever would. You get your warranty information and you get the two transmitters and the one receiver. In the box up here you get all of your leads and microphones. So let's just take a look at one of the transmitters, and I have to say that does feel really light. Compared to the Rode Wireless Go, it's considerably bigger, but I would say considerably lighter, which is a nice feature. Let's just work our way around the transmitter. So you've got your USB-C, you've got your microphone input for your lavalier microphone, you've got an inbuilt condenser mic, which is always great if you haven't got a lavalier microphone or you want to pick up some ambient noise in a room or something along those lines. And then you've got your gain control on the transmitter. That's something I'm not a massive fan of, and something that I've probably become accustomed to with the Rode Wireless Go is the gain control is actually on the receiver. So once you've mic'd somebody up and if your signal isn't strong enough, you can adjust the gain on the camera and you don't have to worry about it. With this, you really have to make sure that your gain is set correctly before you move away from this transmitter. So if you're putting somebody on stage with this and you aren't able to go and adjust it, you better make sure you get it right. With the Rode, you can adjust it afterwards and you can get exactly the right volume. You do get a really nice plastic belt clip, which feels kind of solid. Compared to the Rode Wireless Go, the belt clip is kind of, I mean, listen. It's just a bit puny in comparison, and I would feel more confident putting that on someone's trousers than I would the Rode Wireless Go. Onto the receiver. Again, you've just got the USB-C connection, you've got the line out, and you've got a little LED to tell you when it's paired, and obviously the power button. You've got the power button on the two transmitters as well. So the setup for the Sarmonic Blink 500 is extremely simple. All you need to do is power on your receiver and connect it to your camera with the 3.5mm jack lead, and then power on your transmitter, and you can either use the inbuilt condenser mic or you can use one of the supplied lavalier mics. and I haven't had to pair these once. That doesn't matter whether you're using one of the microphones or you're using both microphones, whether you're using the lav mic or the condenser mics. I haven't had to pair them. Even when they've lost signal, they have regained signal without me having to do anything. So let's move on to the audio quality test. So at the moment I'm using the Rode NTG1, which is just above me, and let's swap to the Sarmonic Blink 500 right now. So what do you think of the audio that's coming out of this microphone? So this is the supplied lavalier that I'm using, which is running down into one of the transmitters. I think the audio quality is really nice from the testing that I've done, and I have done testing with the same lavalier on the Rode Wireless Go, and it sounds exactly the same. I think they've supplied some really nice lavalier microphones with this kit, and it's nice that you get something that's high quality instead of something that's cheap and doesn't sound brilliant. So now I'm going to switch from using the lavalier mic to using the inbuilt condenser mic. To be honest, I don't think they had miking somebody up on the collar in mind when they designed this microphone system to have an inbuilt condenser mic, but they probably did think that people would mic up microphones or mic stands or lecterns, and for that it does work brilliantly. We use that with the Rode Wireless Go all the time, so for that feature I think it's great to have the inbuilt condenser. So let's move on to range. Now, neither of these microphones is designed with range in mind. They're designed for convenience, but I have had problems in the past where I've put the Rode Wireless Go transmitter into somebody's pocket, and then as soon as the line of sight is broken, I lose signal, which is infuriating. So I wanted to see whether you get the same problem with the Sarmonic. Let's jump over to the range test. So this camera is the Rode Wireless Go, this camera is the Sarmonic, and we're just going to do a range and quality test. I've got the transmitters on the front of my pocket. I'm going to walk away talking, and then I'm going to walk back. So I'm just going to walk away, walk away, walk away. Something I've noticed with the Rode Wireless Go is that when the transmitter is in front of the person who's got it on, so if it's in their chest pocket or in their front pocket and the receiver is behind, that it seems to cut out much quicker. So it'd be interesting to see which one lasts the longest. Walking away. God, this is a lot of exercise. I'm going to walk to that big tree over there and see. Obviously I don't know when they cut out, so I'm just going to keep walking and walking and walking. And hear me all the way back here, I'd be really impressed. So we're walking back now. We've got the transmitter, like I said before, on the front. There's a clear line of sight between the transmitter and the receiver, so we should get a better result. If it's working now, again, I'll be really impressed. And it is quite windy. I have got the mics underneath my t-shirt taped to my chest, so really windy. So I'll be interested to see how well they do. Walking towards the camera, walking towards the camera, walking towards the camera, still walking towards the camera, still walking towards the camera. Oh, the Rode Wireless has come off my pocket, but we're going to keep going. Still walking towards the camera, still walking towards the camera. I'd be very unimpressed if you haven't picked me back up by now. I would think you have. And I wonder what the wind noise is like. Still walking towards the camera, still walking towards the camera, and I'm back. What do we think? What's our verdict? I have got no idea. So on this test, the next test, I'm going to put both the transmitters into my inside coat pocket, and I'm going to walk away. Here we go. So this is how we usually mic up our grooms at weddings. We put the transmitter on there. I don't have an inside pocket. Yes, I do. We put the transmitters on the inside pocket of the groom, and then if I'm stood behind the groom, then usually it cuts out. So we have a spare recorder that's always on the groom at the same time. So we're going to see when it cuts out this time. So walking away, walking away, walking away. Couple of spins so that if they can repair, they will. still walking away. This is much further than you would ever be in a wedding situation. And this is the same point pretty much that I got to last time. It looks about 100 meters. So if you can still pick me up now, really good, but I am facing that direction. So the mics are just in my chest pocket. So walking back, walking back, walking back. I should have brought the dog with me really. She would have enjoyed this walking backwards and forwards lark. So if I haven't said it already in the other part of the video, I'm using the same microphone for both the Rode Wireless Go and the Sarmonic Blink 500. It's the two microphones that came with the Sarmonic, just to give the Rode a fighting chance. I bet I'm just talking to myself. I bet it's not even recording. Still walking back. You should definitely have me back by now, hopefully. Fingers crossed they regain their pairing by the time I get back here. Okay, so we've done a test with it on my pocket, we've done a test with it in my chest pocket, and now I'm just going to do a test without the coat at all, and I'm going to put the transmitters on the back of my jeans. So that now you should have clear line of sight all the way up there, and you should get a better result. So hopefully this time, with the clear line of sight, we won't lose signal at all. There's a lot of dog muck down there, so probably going to come back to a coat covered in dog muck. Right, okay, so transmitters are on my back. I'm going to walk away one more time. Walking away, walking away, walking away, still walking away. What time is it? 3:30. Walking away, walking away, walking away. At least I've got my Apple Watch on, so I'll know how many steps I do in this little demo. It's quite a lot of effort to go through all this. Walking away, walking away. What a lovely way to spend a Sunday afternoon. Camera's still there, excellent. I have actually got two cameras set up, I probably told you already. It's a cool little setup. If you want to see me mount two cameras on the same gimbal for things like this, let me know, because I've done that before, but I haven't made a video on it. But I always thought that would be interesting if you're doing lens comparisons or things like that. So I'd say about 100 meters. You should still have a nice clear signal, I would think. The maximum range on the Blink 500 is 50 meters in ideal conditions. The maximum range on the Rode Wireless Go is 75 meters, and I think that extra little bit of power allows the Rode to perform slightly better when it doesn't have line of sight. So as you can see, neither microphone did particularly amazing in the range test, but that's not what they're designed for. They're designed for convenience. And to be honest, the Sarmonic is more convenient than the Rode Wireless Go. If you have a situation where you're trying to mic up two people at the same time and you want to put a lav mic on both people so you get crystal clear audio, but you're in a close proximity, then the Sarmonic seems to be the way to go. Talking heads, events, vox pops, any of the above, I think the Sarmonic is a brilliant option. To be able to plug in two transmitters and only having one receiver that goes directly into your camera, it's very, very convenient. One last thing that I want to mention that I didn't mention earlier is that the Rode Wireless Go does have the LCD screen, whereas the Sarmonic doesn't. It just has LEDs which indicate the battery percentage and whether it's paired with the receiver. I really like being able to see what the battery percentage is of the transmitter and the receiver, and knowing that I have enough juice left to get me through the day. With the Sarmonic, it's kind of just a guessing game. You're just going to have to charge them before you go to work. So the last question, do I think the Sarmonic Blink 500 is good value for money, and would I recommend that you buy one? Well, yes, I would. The fact that they come with lavalier microphones, they come with high quality USB cables and audio cables. You get 2 transmitters instead of 1 transmitter on the Rode Wireless Go. Yeah, I think they're a really good, solid solution if you're in close proximity to whatever you're filming. So that's it, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed my quick review of the Blink 500, and if you're thinking about picking one up or the Rode Wireless Go, please use the links in the video description because it does help support the channel. In other news, I am giving away a Shuttle Pro version 2 this Friday, so if you haven't entered the competition, please take a look at my other videos so you can see how you enter. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow.